Hey Professor, I wanted to make a video about interdependence. So I read the book. I read the passage about the Council of the Pecans, and I thought it was really interesting. One thing that I learned about it is that pecan trees are kind of connected in a way. So um, when they s- um, when they release the nuts or the pecans, they work together and uh, they decide when to drop pecans when because they do it every so often. They don't do it every season. They wait for them to store up enough nutrients so they can grow new pecans. And also this shows interconnectedness because the squirrels feed off the pecans, the foxes and the hawks feed off the squirrels. So they have to produce a lot of pecans in order for them to be able to grow again. And then this shows interconnectedness because the trees need the squirrels, the foxes and the hawks need the squirrels, and also the pecan trees don't sprout pecans every season. They actually wait and they wait for the squirrels to die down for them, so that there isn't a lot of squirrels to eat the pecans. Also, I read in another passage, that trees during a flood, oak trees especially, don't get torn down. This is because they are actually connected through the roots underground, and that is I find that really interesting because one of the things that I read in that passage, I think it was uh, I forgot what the passage was, but it was talking about how houses get torn down, buildings get torn down, but the reason why oak trees don't during a flood, the reason why oak trees don't get torn down is because they uh, they are interconnected in their roots. They're connected through roots, and that just shows interdependence because they uh, well, it just shows connection because they need each other in order to survive, especially during a flood, so they don't get lifted up and taken by the flood. And then it said we need to be more like trees because if one of us starves, the other one starves. But if we're connected, if one eats, we all eat. I just thought that was really important and interesting because trees can show us how to live better and how we can improve as a community. Also, I read this article about that's titled "What is Interdependence?" And then the definition for interdependence is interdependence can be defined as the relationship between two or more parties that depend on each other for survival. Every part needs to contribute something to the other party to survive. Um, I think interdependence is really important, and we need to um, teach it more to people because I feel a lot of people try to do things individually, but I think we also need to think about others and how they might need um, extra help, and that ties in with equity because especially in jobs, like some people need a little some accommodations in order for them to do their job well. And interdependence, we rely on each other in order to accomplish a common goal, and I think it should be that way because um, we that creates community, and that creates like a sense of belonging, and like how each and everybody has like an important role in the outcome of life, and like how we need to work together in order to improve and like grow as a community. Also, I read like the passage about the geese and how they flock, and they're all leaders, and they take turns being at the front of the flock when they fly together or they migrate. I think that's really important because it just shows like interdependence, how they rely on each other to lead the flock, and everybody has like a important role. I just think that's really interesting because it just shows that like anybody can like enact leadership in their community, and geese show that. Also, another passage that I read was uh, about how geese give. So the quote is about the geese. It was talking about like how geese give, and it says, but they give every single day. They share and accept sharing with grace and so much style. I'm working on this every day of my life. I just think like that's really important part of interdependence, giving, because when you give, you're showing that you are willing to give a part of yourself to other people, and that just builds community because when you give a part of yourself to other people, you are inviting others to share a little bit about themselves, and that creates community. And with that, you can like create meaningful relationship with others. I just think that's really important, and ties in with interdependence because in order for people to become interdependent, you need to create like strong relationships, um, and yeah, I just think like interdependence is something we can all work on, and we can work on as a society in order to grow. Also, I think I can connect this to class and like how we do connections, because we need each other to grow, and that shows interdependence because one another has something to bring and give, and that enables us to grow and learn from others, and with that we can take that and carry it with ourselves, and bring it to other places where we can share that. We can share what we learned, and we all need each other to learn, and that is kind of interdependence, because if we just like keep to ourselves, and we won't really build a community, because we're just like not really trying to build a community I just think like it is really important to share with others and connect in order to grow, and it just shows like reliance on each other to live life. Thank you, Professor.